End of Watch was released in 2012 and follows the everyday life of two young police officers that are then marked for death after confiscating a small catch of money and firearms from the members of a notorious cartel during a routine traffic stop. Just speaking of 2012 as a whole, there was a lot of damn good movies that came out at that time.
There really was, yeah. Very surprised, yeah. That End of Watch, there was the Batman movie. Which one was it?
The Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight Rises, yeah.
21 Jump Street.
21 Jump Street.
The Amazing Spider-Man.
Dang, Ted also came out in 2012.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The first Avengers movie.
Oh, it did, yeah.
And Project X. A lot of those funny comedy movies at the time, too. Sinister.
Sinister.
A lot of good films that year.
Yeah, a lot of good movies came out in 2012.
I love David Ayer's work. Like Training Day, like he's a great director. I love Training Day. I even think his Suicide Squad movie gets a bad rap because I really think the studio tanked that film big time.
Well, I know he's talked about how he has a director's cut for the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
The greatest thing ever.
Yeah, even Jared Leto's Joker.
Really?
Yeah, he says that Jared Leto was pretty good as a Joker, but nobody will ever be able to see it. I mean,
that's sad.
I like Jared Leto's Joker in the Snyder cut.
Snyder's cut?
Yeah, I actually enjoyed that kind of Joker, but in that Suicide Squad movie, it was kind of funky. But
yeah.
But like, also like without going too much into those films, I think in this one, David Ayer's like startling sense of style, it really helps bring the action to the audience, making the tension at certain points more unbearable. Specifically with the way the film is shot.
Yeah.
The body cam footage, but it also cuts to those big Hollywood style shots too, like mostly for those exterior shots. But they're also the most beautiful shots in the entire film.
I think, you know what, I honestly believe, I think he perfectly balances realism with the Hollywood image of what life like that would really be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
The film feels real. It feels real at some points. You really think that these two guys are brothers in real life, you know?
And that's another thing too. Their chemistry, the Jake Gyllenhaal and Michael Pena, they kill it in this film. You actually feel their buddy cop. I think this is one of, if not the greatest, like brother cop type of film, because you really see that connection throughout the entire film. They actually feel like real cop buddies. Like they've been friends for years and have been doing this for years. And that's another thing too, is that throughout this entire film, like, it gives you a peek into this world, this profession that these two guys are, what they do for a living, and then it kind of makes the viewer question whether or not they would be interested in this kind of field. And because like a lot of the situations in this film all this stuff really does happen.
Oh, dude, most definitely. There's a lot of scenes in this movie that if you go online, you can pretty much find body cam for like majority of everything.
Yeah.
From when they find that golden AK, when they pull him over.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure I've seen a video where they find like some awesome weapon or something like that, where all that kind of stuff goes down. Or I know there was an incident where an officer had fought some teenager, just like they fight the guy in his house.
Oh yeah.
I know there's
times where that happens, but then they it's all respect, you know.
Yeah, but in this case, I think they got a pretty good amount of money.
Yeah.
Or the realism in this movie it's phenomenal. It really is. Like there's a lot of moments in this movie where these officers go through something, and there's like things like that actually happen in real life. Like I know I've talked to you about that family of like, what was it, 13?
Oh, the kids that were in
the kids, they're chained up in the house and everything. The two parents,
the parents were like really, really twisted.
Yeah, that goes along with that scene where they find all those
kids in the closet.
Yeah,
and the abusive partner and stuff like that. Yeah, Ayer does his thing. Like he incorporates a mixture of handheld angles and like wides and close-ups and a lot of shaky cam. For the most part, it actually works in this film a lot because it puts you in the action and the chaos with the cops. And so like it makes you feel present. Yeah,
and I love like the aspect of the body cam itself. Like the introduction of, like, I love the idea that these guys are recording their everyday lives, and it makes it seem, real.
It's a peculiar kind of style
Yeah.
for cinematography as a whole. It's a found footage type film / documentary, but without the usual tropes and cliches. I feel like it really works here really good. And I think this is one of those, like, I guess you could say body cam footage films that I think actually work. And I don't like those type of films.
I know there's a few.
There's
of
a
them.
few-
I know there's one with Ghost.
Ghost, Paranormal Activity.
No, there's the cop movie where she's like attacked by ghosts or something. I don't know. I don't want to get too much into that.
I enjoyed Chronicle.
Chronicle's awesome.
Chronicle's
Dude,
good.
Chronicle's so good.
Yeah, that's a found footage film I love.
Yeah.
But there are also some. I can also see like people these kind of shots and like this kind of cinematography not working for them, but
The thing about this
it
one,
never really bothered me at all.
the thing about this one though is even though it's shaky cam, body camera style footage, it's not overly cut. If
Yeah.
you know what I mean. There's a lot of times where there's enough like there's not too many like crazy Marvel cinematic fight scene cuts
Oh, for
where it's
sure,
like
yeah.
1 second, 1 second, just back and forth, back and forth. This one's like I don't know. It builds really good tension, especially when you think of like, oh, you're in his situation as the movie goes on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the characters too. Like they
The
evolved.
character
throughout-
development's awesome.
Yeah,
And they really and I love that there's the scenes where they're not in uniform and they're just hanging around like at the wedding and
Yeah.
all this kind of stuff. Like you can tell like it's not just a job. These guys are really brothers, you know, outside of work. And that's what makes the ending to me a lot sadder because these guys their relationship it goes beyond work, you know.
100%. And I think they're the conversations, like those little mini conversations they would have in the cop car, and even like in other scenes too, I heard were like improv'd by the actors
yeah.
a lot. And
It's
yeah,
just
like you
guys-
said, like
yeah, like just guy talk.
yeah.
Just guys going back and forth. There are some questionable conversation scenes, but that's just how guys are.
I mean, I think a negative I had, it isn't major, but like I know Jake Gyllenhaal has had like a love interest, but I feel like it kind of dragged on a little too long. I mean, but it also is cool to see like their life with outside of the work. But yeah, I mean, I feel like
that's understandable, but like I also see it as world building character. This, you know, it doesn't waste too much time, in my opinion, when was it Anna Kendrick is around and all that. But you're right. There are times where it's you know, I want to see some more action. I want to
Yeah.
I want to see them go hands on with somebody.
I mean, there was a couple of tense, suspenseful scenes that I thought were pretty crazy, like when they discovered that was it the cartel?
Yeah.
Like they have like the drugs and like it's like, and then
I'm sorry.
my bad. But then also like the sex trafficking, like that, all that shit is crazy, man.
Oh yeah, and it's crazy that it actually happens in real life too.
It happens all around us.
Yeah,
yeah.
it happens every day, man. It's not as covered as much as you would think it is, but it happens a lot.
I think the one scene where I kind of questioned a bit was the I guess the fire scene, but I know he had smoking, because I feel like those cops would have been like so unrealistic, would have like been like out of it. They would have died. They probably wouldn't even have made it to the kids because of how realistically foggy that house would have been. But I remember you brought up the other day about a pizza delivery guy getting that.
Yeah.
He ended up getting messed up in the
In the
after,
long run, too.
but he ended up saving people's
Yeah.
lives. Yeah. But like, I know you had mentioned the last scene earlier that was like a gun shootout
it's a big
between this cartel and the cops.
I think that shootout is a bit too cinematic. I think it's too Hollywoodized. Hollywoodized? I don't even know if that's a word, but I believe.
I feel like it could have been like maybe like the filmmakers kind of maybe thought
Yeah.
that it was lacking action in the third half
Yeah.
or in the third act, so they like. But I mean, I thought it was pretty cool. I actually enjoyed the scene, and it's also very heartbreaking too.
Oh, yeah.
what
It
what
really
ends up
is.
happening.
But honestly though, it's a bit too. I know they go away from the body cam. They start using more dolly shots. If you'll notice, too, like when they're running down the alleyway, when they're getting chased, everything's longer shots than usual, and it looks like a totally different movie.
Yeah, it kind of also feels like a breath of fresh air because like we're usually with the body cams and all that kind of footage when we're with the cops.
Yeah.
And then when we're outside of that, it kind of switches to those other type of shots. And I think that's really good from a storytelling.
Oh, don't get me wrong. It makes it more suspenseful.
Yeah, for sure.
It really does.
But even a lot of memorable dialogue in this film. For one, the opening scene, which I thought was freaking awesome.
Dude.
Awesome, dude. Everything in that opening scene is fucking awesome. Like, and like I said, everybody in the film doesn't give a dull performance at all. There's like those crazy moments where like the knife went through the cop's eye and like basically just cops going to work. And I think this film is honestly like up there as one of the best body cam style footage.
More found footage style thing.
Yeah.
Is this considered found footage? Would you think?
I feel like it's multi
footage,
multi-style footage type of film.
No, yeah, I get it. Yeah,
performances are great. Directing, it's hit or miss for people, but I think it's honestly,
it's good.
I think it's good.
I think it's good till the end.
Well, yeah, but yeah.
There's not music that really takes you out of it. There's not really much of a big score, nothing too crazy, and I think that's good. It really keeps it grounded in reality. Yeah. A few notable names like David Harbour's in it. David Harbour. Like Anna Kendrick was in it, like I said.
Yeah.
I think there was a few other people, but I don't remember. But yeah,
there was a Gold AK.
Those Golden AK that I really want.
Yeah. The End of Watch.
Release. Man, it's so good. Out of 5 stars, what would you give it out of 5?
I'd probably give it a solid 4.
Same.
Solid 4?
4 all across the board.
End of Watch gets a solid 4. But,
dude, it's a must-watch movie. It really is.
I forgot what I was going to say. But yeah, that's End of Watch, man. That's End of Watch, released in 2012. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys, and make sure to comment down below what movies you guys want us to review next.
I'm happy to be back, man. I'm just happy to be back. It's been a while.
100%. And we'll see you guys in the next video. We'll be reviewing Attack of the Clones and The Faculty. I'm Steven Gomez. And I'm Matt. This has been Primetime Flicks. I was drawn out way too long, bro. But you should just leave it we'll leave it like that. We'll just leave it.